The Thais accused the Cambodian military of leading some tourists to a temple and singing some patriotic songs over there, like the Cambodian national anthem. So this was objected to by the Thai military. Was a disputed temple from those days. It was Cambodia which went first to the International Court of Justice in 1963, and the ruling was in favor of Cambodia. Once again, when 1911, when clashes broke out around Preah Vihear, once again Cambodia went to the ICJ, and the temple complex was awarded to Cambodia. There are also
Mm-hmm.
mines in this area because the Cambodian military has laid some mines, and they don't want the Thais to come and patrol over there in that area. This whole region was under Hindu influence and after that Buddhist influence. So many of these temples have got, for example, a Hindu base, and over that, the Buddhist temples have been built around the 10th century or so. Before that, they were Hindu temples.
Hello, you are watching India Today Global. I am Pranay Upadhyaya. A new war front has started in the India's neighborhood, that is in Cambodia and Thailand. What are the consequences for it? And what is the India angle in this tension between Thailand and Cambodia? To explain this and to talk about this issue, I am being joined by Ambassador Anil Wadhwa, who has served as India's ambassador to Thailand. Sir, welcome to India Today Global.
Thank you.
So my very first question to you. What is the immediate trigger and what is the cause of this border tension between Thailand and Cambodia?
So, look, as far as the immediate trigger for the military action is concerned, that has its traces to what has been happening since January of this year. I think there have been a series of events that, if one can, trace that, that will be a very helpful for our discussion.
Mm,
First of all, around January or so, we found that there are some disputed temples, and in the Emerald Triangle, as we call it, that's the
mm,
area which borders Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia. And
mhm,
this is the area where there have been some disputes about which area belongs to which country, especially between Cambodia and Thailand. And the Thais accused the Cambodian military of leading some tourists to a temple and singing some patriotic songs over there, like the
mm,
Cambodian national anthem. So this was objected to by the Thai military, and
mm,
that led to a series of events leading up to events in May, for example, when there were serious accusations of clashes between small skirmishes, I would call it, not clashes,
mhm,
between Cambodian and Thai military, because this area is heavily wooded, and there are dense jungles over there. There are also
mhm,
mines in this area because the Cambodian military has laid some mines, and they don't want the Thais to come and
mm.
patrol over there in that area. As a result of which, there was a dispute which broke out
You're absolutely right,
between.
Ambassador Wadhwa, because in the recent trigger, what I could make out from the Thai press releases, they said that an incident took place on 16th of July and 23rd of July of landmine blast, and which actually caused bodily damage to the Thai troops who are patrolling on the
Yes,
border.
yes.
But as you mentioned about the temples, what I could read from the papers, which clearly mentions about the Preah Vihear temple. It's a Hindu temple. If you can tell us more about this temple, it's a ninth century old Shiva temple. But how it becomes a center point of this conflict and tension between Thailand and Cambodia?
No, we go back to 1907 when the border was demarcated between Thailand and Cambodia by the French, because Cambodia used to be a French territory. And of
Mm,
course, Preah Vihear was a disputed temple from those days. It was Cambodia which went first to the International Court of Justice in 1963, and the ruling was in favor of Cambodia. Once again, when 1911, when clashes broke out around Preah Vihear, once again, Cambodia went to the ICJ, and the temple complex was awarded to Cambodia. But what happens to the area around the temple is was not pronounced upon by the ICJ. Also,
Hmm.
there are some disputed areas around the temple, as I said, in the neighboring villages where there are some old temples, which the Thais claim are theirs, and the Cambodians say they are definitely not Thai; they are the Cambodian temples. So, in order not to have access to the Cambodians, the Thai military has been fending them off, and in retaliation, there's been mining of these places by the Cambodian military, and that's why these clashes have occurred.
Hmm. Ambassador Wadhwa, you mentioned about the Preah Vihear temple. What I could recall is that ASI, the Archaeological Survey of India, also played an important role in the restoration of and the conservation of this temple. What more you can tell us about this temple and how old is this temple?
So, it's the same vintage as the other temples in Cambodia and Thailand. In fact, there was also a similar dispute when there was a dispute on Preah Vihear. The Thais raised a dispute about temples in Cambodia. Angkor Wat, came under dispute at that time from the Thais. Of course, nobody took that very seriously.
Hmm.
And the fact is that there are a series of these which are scattered around, given the fact that this whole region was under Hindu influence and after that Buddhist
Hmm.
influence. So many of these temples have got, for example, a Hindu base, and over that the Buddhist temples have been built around the 10th century or so. Before that, they were Hindu temples. So
Hmm.
right now they only have this historical significance. They are not active temples for that matter,
Hmm.
but they become important archaeological sites.
You're in fact absolutely right, Ambassador Wadhwa. I have been to Angkor Wat temple, and the outer structure remains a Hindu temple, and the deity there is Lord Buddha. So definitely there a lot of has happened and a lot of change in these temples. But coming back to this conflict, how worried we should be because we are seeing on the western side of India or the western flank of India, we see the war fronts of Israel, Hamas, or West Asia conflict. On the other side, we on the northwestern axis, we have Russia-Ukraine conflict. But on the eastern side, are we looking at another battlefront or another war front coming up?
Look, I think as far as this conflict is concerned, it should be contained in my view because right now things have quietened down. There's also ASEAN which has come into play, and the chairman of ASEAN right now, Malaysia, has stepped in, offering to talk to both sides. And at the same time, there is China, which has got, as you know, a naval base in Cambodia, which would not like this dispute to simmer on between the two sides. So there are many parties, interested parties, who will try and make sure that the dispute doesn't get out of hand.
Hmm.
But there are underlying causes here, and the main difference is that the Cambodians under the current leadership wants
Hmm.
to take it to the ICJ, while the Thai side prefers to handle this
Hmm.
dispute in the context of a bilateral commission, the Joint Bilateral Commission, because they feel that the ICJ has ruled against them in the past, and they're not very hopeful of a contrary verdict from the ICJ on this issue.
But what we are getting from the news reports, Ambassador Wadhwa, clearly indicates that it was a Thailand army which carried out the strikes on the Cambodian territory, targeting the various installations. Though the Thailand authorities are accusing Cambodia that they have used the heavy artillery fire and targeted, and the casualties also happened on the Thai side, Amo. But since, as you mentioned, that this tension was simmering since January 2025. Uh, what are the chances of this blowing up into a full-blown war?
No, if the mediation by interested parties fails, then of course we will have a situation where the conflict could spiral out of control. But so far, it seems to be controlled. We hope certainly that will stay that way. Now, you talked about the damage on both sides. If you look at the military balance, Thais are quite heavily armed. In fact, they
Hmm.
have a much larger, much larger army. They have a air force, while Cambodia does not have much of an air force. And even as far as the army is concerned, they're outnumbered 1:5 or so. So
Hmm.
I think the Thais certainly have a military advantage, but because of the terrain and because of the fact that the Emerald Triangle is a thickly wooded area, it's full of mines, etc. It's not easy to find a to fight a battle on the ground. So
Hmm.
the easier thing to do for the Thais would be, of course, to
Hmm.
use air power, which they've done in this case.
Hmm. Thank you very much, Ambassador Wadhwa, for explaining all these difficult aspects of this entire tension between Thailand and Cambodia. Thank you very much.